Hey everybody here, this is Haas, and I wanted to talk to you about a subject that's been going on here recently, um, mainly portraying about Star Wars Battlefront II and EA. Um, I grew up on Star Wars, and Star Wars is pretty much, I would say, at least 80% of my life. I don't know everything about it, which is a good thing because then every day I can learn something new about it. But I don't want to say that I'm just like, who's that? Whenever somebody walks on the screen, I'll have at least a decent understanding of what everything is. That being said, I remember originally playing the original Star Wars Battlefront when it came out, and Star Wars Battlefront II, the original one when it came out back in 2005. And then I also played the 2015 version of Star Wars Battlefront, and I loved each and every one of them because they brought my fantasies and dreams to life. That being said, each and every one of them did have flaws in their own way. None of them were perfect, and none of them will ever be. Wow, that was massive lag. But they all had a special meaning in my heart, and it's not from nostalgia. It's from actually critically analyzing each game for what it was and what the technology was back then, and understanding that the developers had to basically go through Lucas and then also through EA and Disney. For EA and Disney was the most recent one, the 2015 release. But the other two previous ones, they had to go through Lucas himself, and he had to approve. He was basically the emperor for those games. God, the lag is horrible with this. The lag is not strong. Or, the lag is strong with this. God, the lag is extremely strong. But when I heard that EA was going to make another Star Wars Battlefront 2 and that it was going to include all all eras of the Star Wars universe so far, well, except for the Old Republic, I was filled with joy. Like my childhood nostalgia just like emerged and just said, shut up and take my money, like immediately. Like, because I always wanted to play as a clone trooper in HD. I always wanted to be a clone trooper, and it was just wonderful. Like my childhood dreams came true. That being said, protect your heart. Like, really guard your heart. When it comes to childhood dreams, because pretty much Disney owns everything about your childhood and is buying your childhood pretty almost every day. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because obviously they know what they're doing. They've been around since the 30s, so obviously they've adapted. They've rolled with the punches. They've at least listened to their audience to a certain degree, and they are willing to change. God, the lag. But good lord, the lag is strong with this. But that also being said, they've also been known to ignore their fans. They basically put their foot down and said, no, we're doing this and this only. Same goes for EA. I remember playing EA Madden when I was a little kid, and the formula pretty much stuck. There was hardly any difference at all through each game. It would be about every two to 3 years they would make drastic changes. But other than that, EA really stuck with what they were doing. They hardly never changed. It was pretty much the same. So that's about it. Good Lord. That being said, also this has to deal with like how games are being how games are making money nowadays. I think almost every AAA game now has at least some form of monetizing. I don't think I've played a AAA game in a while that has not had some form of monetizing with it. Wow, that was quick. That being said, there are some ways that you can be classy and for AAA developers, and you can be classy about giving the middle finger to gamers by monetizing stuff. And there are ways where you can just basically show the middle finger and not care. I would say the company that has done it the most classy of giving the middle finger to someone is Blizzard with Overwatch. In what I've learned from Overwatch and how the monetizing works there, it's that from I haven't played Overwatch. I have never touched it. The reason being is because of personal matters. I was going to play it with somebody that I cared about a lot, and then I learned that it was basically a League of Legends, but like first-person shooter, which, you know, that isn't bad. That idea sounds really fun, but the fact that what that person did to me and everything, it left a sour taste. I couldn't enjoy it. Every time for a while, the word Overwatch it just made me feel like nothing wrong with the game at all. The game looks beautiful, gameplay looks beautiful, seems fluid, seems solid. It's just out of personal reasons why. And I don't mean to offend. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people out there that love Overwatch, and hey, good on you. Good on you for loving something. You know, that's the same thing with me and Star Wars. You know, I mean, I don't hate the game at all. I'm almost out of this fight. It would just. It's just the memories. The memories would come back, and that part of my life is gone, and I kind of want to keep it that way. That being said, anyways, the thing that Overwatch did was that with monetizing, they made the cosmetics of the game monetizable. So basically, if you wanted your own unique skin, pay an extra $5-10 and you get it. Nothing wrong with that. It doesn't affect the gameplay. Doesn't affect you being better than somebody. Just makes you look different. Perfectly fine.
I'm glad you were here. No time to celebrate. Keep back.
Generators down.
What is horrible though is when you allow somebody to pay to win. The first thing that EA did that was kind of like, it was not a full just finger to the face, I don't care about you. It was kind of a disguise, but a lot of people were still upset about it. Was when they did you can pay to unlock stuff, like guns quicker than, like, let's say somebody who bought it on Christmas and they got mommy or daddy's credit card, and all of a sudden they go from level 1 and have nothing to having like level 50 guns and stuff like that, when it took the rest of us pretty much the entire time to unlock those. But what's the different thing about that is that it didn't affect, like, it didn't make them stronger. Like, you could be a Christmas noob and still suck, but hey, you've got a powerful gun, but you still suck. I mean, we're, you know, the people who've played this out, that was my bad. The people who've played this game ever since it came out know all the ins and outs of that gun and other guns, and so they can adapt around it. I mean, it's not okay, but that's easier to swallow. What is not easy to swallow is when you get somebody who you pay to win entirely, like with these microtransactions and with these star card things. They dropped the ball, honestly. They dropped the ball. If EA made the monetization cosmetic, to where basically you could customize your stormtrooper, clone trooper, your whatever, to look however you wanted it to, that'd be fine. But also, they did that back in the first Battlefront, to where you could take the helmet off of a stormtrooper or whatever, and you could be an alien or whatever you wanted. And I mean, that made you lose some immersion of the game, but not a lot to where it would, like, I mean, yeah, stormtroopers are meant to have no they're supposed to be a faceless trooper to strike fear into the Empire, so that you don't know what they are or who they are.
Shields down. We have a brief window to target the reactor quickly before they come back online.
But still, it wasn't like it didn't affect anything. It was just purely, I want to be a Twi'lek stormtrooper. Oh, okay. Be a Twi'lek stormtrooper. It's kind of weird, because you know, the Twi'leks hated the Empire, so I mean, okay, damn it. I mean, okay, that's fine, but you know, they hated the Empire. Wow, there is no free spots. Okay. Or you could be something else. Okay, that's fine. But I think a lot of people didn't like that. With the 2015 Star Wars Battlefront, I didn't care for it, but it wasn't something that was like, ugh, this is garbage. EA, you suck. Ugh, go kill yourself. Blah blah blah. I mean, it was like, okay, they're trying something new. That's fine.
Now, focus all fire on the reactor.
Damn it. To be honest, I'm not doing really good with this, so I'm just trying to score points. It's nothing like, I'm not doing good dogfighting while talking, so I'm just gonna score points. Uh, and I think they went away from that because of how people reacted. Which, I mean, you know, at least that means they're listening to their fans. But like,
We've done it. We've loosened the Empire's grip on this entire system.
I would, if it meant that I could make every clone trooper look unique, like, or let's say the jet troopers, I could make them look like Commander Cody, Captain Rex, Commander Jet, whoever, for an extra $100. Sign me up. Here's my money. Take it. It's perfectly fine. If I could make my TIE Fighter blue or whatever for an extra, like, I could make any vehicle blue or whatever for an extra, like, $20 or $50. Sure, take it. But when it honestly affects the gameplay and affects you, when it affects somebody like me who bought this game, who pre-ordered this game, got it on day one, and to know that I have to do all this
All forces
stuff
repel the rebels' assault.
to just be better, when traditionally it's just play the game. The gameplay will obviously be tweaked here and there for patches because some vehicles were originally made stronger than others, and you know, fans and haters are going to bitch about it, and so everything's going to be changed. That's typical. That's normal. That Battlefield and Call of Duty have been doing it forever when it comes to online multiplayer. That's typical. But if I have just this star car that appeared right here, and somebody else has all purple, and they decimate me within like 2 blaster bolts, no. Like, good lord, no. Because and not only is it like affected with crates, or not only does it affect me having to play multiple hours, but it also affects me getting out of random crates, which is literally just gambling. So I'm having to gamble my skills in order to get these purple or blue or whatever cards that I'm getting.
Y-wing squadrons appeared. Do not allow them to complete
So honestly, if if the loot crates wasn't in it, and it was just, okay, you have to, out of skill, you have to get it, then by all means, that's fine. But when crates are involved and they're extremely random, then that's stupid. Because that means nothing's guaranteed. Destiny also does that, but Destiny did it in a smart way. They did it to where it's not monetizing, to where you to where you have to buy crates and you have to figure out which ones are better and which ones are not. No, it was purely, you got engrams and you went to the architect, which now he is ridiculous, but it's just I'm not even making sense that much really anymore because of how like upset I am about this. Basically what I'm saying is that EA should have... Oh, and don't get me started about having like the heroes unlocked. That's just ridiculous. I want to pay... I paid the pre-order, so I paid $80, which means I get 3 days of free content, or 3 days of extra content, and you're also going to lock Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker and half the other heroes. So I paid $80 for you, and basically I'm going to have to oh my gosh, I'm just upset with this. I really am.
runner is in critical condition.
It's just bullshit. That's what it is. It's honestly and truthfully bullshit.
We've eliminated one of their blockade runners.
And wow, the lag is strong with this.
Evasive action advised.
The rebel numbers grow thin. Use this moment. Annihilate them completely.
It's just...
Our defenses have sustained heavy damage. They can't take much more.
Oh, okay, yay, victory. I'm just, honestly and truthfully, I'm just upset that EA dropped the ball
The
on
rebels will think twice before
on
daring to
this,
attack these
and
yards again.
I honestly and truthfully, it's gonna make people think twice about buying a Star Wars game from now on, especially if it's from EA. Yeah. Pretty sure it was just a bunch of me rambling with this episode. Nothing really constructive, but and wow, it is honestly not easy to talk while playing a video game. I give those Let's Players some credit now, especially the good ones, the really good ones that talk while playing a game. Those guys know what they're doing.